Joey, you had an article that you mentioned, and I didn't get a chance to read it. Tell me what you were reading about.
So the headline is Unbalanced Sleep Patterns Could Impact Gut Bacteria.
Amazing article title.
They go into a little more than that in the article. So it starts, social jet lag and differing sleep patterns could be the cause of a shift in diet quality, diet habits, inflammation, gut microbiome composition. That's according to a study done by King's College in London.
Okay, so we're talking about, you said social jet lag.
Yep.
What is that?
Yeah, I had to look that up too. I mean, when I read it, I just figured it was like college age, like partying on the weekends. It is that, but it's at a much more, I would say, normalized level of that you just kind of change your routine on the weekends. And to be honest, I fall into that.
Absolutely.
Staying up a little later. What they did was they looked at the midpoint of your sleep. So they found that if it altered by 90 minutes, they found a significant difference, the midpoint of your sleep.
Okay, so you're talking about when you, the air quotes, jet lag, the lack of sleep because you were social. Mm-hmm. You stayed up later with friends, or you did something that caused you to...
Not even necessarily. The way I take this from what I read was social jet lag they're encompassing what the exact term sounds like, but it actually is including just a routine change. Staying up later, alone, watching a movie, sleeping in, not setting your alarm clock. And then I think what a critical part is, both for this article and moving forward, is dietary changes. So what comes with that, the whole chicken egg thing, all of that. So is that just part of, and like I said, I can relate to it in a lot of ways. You're kind of letting loose. I'm going to stay up later. I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to get takeout. I'm going to hit the ice cream, and that's my weekend because I kill it Monday through Friday.
Right.
I saw another article that described it as the misalignment of biological and social time caused by social activities such as work, commuting, and television viewing.
Okay. I think the social element, I want that to be in there because it makes it sound less sad for me when I just stay up too late alone and there's no reason I can't stick to my routine.
Exactly. The television viewing hits home.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the biggest struggle. A lot of people don't realize, I think, that they struggle with this, but this is the name of the game. We'll call it this. Everybody's good and on their game Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's one social requirement. Saturday, the kids have something. Sunday, you're cleaning up a mess. You know,
don't really get back into the swing of things until Wednesday or Thursday.
Right.
At which point, it's the end of the week.
Exactly. It's a challenge across the board, right? Because again, because of what a grind the middle part of the week is, I'm sure we'll get into, it's you afford yourself the ability to stay up a little later, watch TV, grab takeout, do those different things. But it's the crux of the problem for many people in my estimation.
What was the dietary element of this?
Yeah, so they found a link, more of a correlation. Again, this is where the interventions moving forward would be critical. They found a link between this difference in sleep amounts on work versus school nights, or versus weekend nights, was associated with lower diet quality, higher sugar consumption, lower intake of fruits and nuts. So all of those factors they found combined to the change in microbiota in the gut, and also higher levels of inflammation and cardiovascular risk.
You said this is just a kind of a preliminary study, right?
Yeah, I think preliminary in the sense that ideally what they would do, not that I design studies, but in general terms, what they would do is they would say, okay, let's look at the group that keeps a similar routine and doesn't have, that 90-minute midpoint sleep difference. And then let's see, do their diets change on the weekends, and kind of just compare. So you have a group that's normal routine, diets are different. Group normal routine, diets are the same as they are during the week, and start to compare. And then the opposite group. Maybe there's a group that the other end of the group that stays up late and has the sleep differences, but their diet stays the same. They really focus on that. So when you compare, and that's what I mean by intervention, when you're comparing a fixed variable, you can much more easily determine, is this just correlated? Like, well, yeah, this the people who really alter their sleep on the weekends eat bad too. It may just be like a mindset thing. It's not that, maybe it's not even the sleep so much that caused the differences. It can be the diet or like so many things. It's a combination of the two.
Sure. So it's not causal in the sense that just because you didn't sleep, you automatically are going to eat poorly or vice versa.
Yes.
But it does seem, and it's logical. When you're tired, you make less wise decisions.
And I think the part I keep going back to, maybe because I relate to it, is that they kind of come together because it's a mindset. It's, well, I can stay up a little late. I worked hard all week. I'm kind of going to be hanging out. Well, I'm going to get takeout because I ate in or cooked all week. That kind of thing, that they go together as part of more of a mindset shift.
This isn't conclusive research. It's preliminary. It's not causal, et cetera, et cetera. But is there a functional punchline?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this potentially can be an issue. And like so many things, it's, well, you know what? This just really helps my mental health. When I stay up that little bit later, I feel better. It's something I need to do. Okay, let's just say it's that. I, again, relate to that.
Yeah.
So maybe instead of staying up 2 hours later, you recognize it could be an issue. Maybe you go down to an hour. Or maybe you let the sleep thing go because that movie or that show that you watch on those weekend nights is important, again, to you and just enjoying life. But I'm going to try to stick with the diet. I'm going to stick with the exercise routine. That kind of thing, to at least just be aware that maybe this, I'm good 5 out of 7 days a week thing, even though as I'm saying it, it's so obvious, but it could be a bigger issue than maybe we know. I think.
Makes sense.
I'd be curious how many of these people are parents. It's like after, and that's because of course there was like the social weekend thing. You'd go out with friends on the weekend and do stuff that you regret in the morning or whatever. But then as parents, it's like, I finally got time to myself, and now I want to watch TV interrupted with no screaming or yelling, or now I want to have this snack. You keep all the good snacks for yourself away from the kids.
Yes, the ones I put up on the top shelf.
Right.
I would never.
It's so true. Absolutely. And then again, with the sleep, it's like, well, maybe I'm a little tired, but I just know tomorrow I don't have to get up and do anything with, outside of just normal kids wake up stuff, no school, no event. I don't have to get ready for work. So I'm just going to stay up later and almost like forcibly sleep in, that kind of thing, where you just accept this. And again, like so many things we talk about, it's still a balance. Like I kind of need that time a little bit at night. It's just about being maybe more aware that it can be subtly tweaked.
What are you really supposed to do? What are you really supposed to do? If you have a demanding job, if your non-negotiable is waking up at 5:30 to exercise, but you watch House of the Dragon till 10, 11 o'clock.
Who does that?
Yeah. What is the alternative, right? Because then that means that's only six hours of sleep ish, give or take, by the time you calm yourself down after the episode. It's sort of like the food environment thing. There's really not much you can do. You can try your best not to be sound hopeless, but it's really hard to control the food environment at large. You can't control what people bring to work. Can't control what people bring to, the family cookout. You have no control over those things that pop up frequently. Just like, what are you going to do? Not enjoy the Sunday night HBO shows, or, go hard during the week and then take your foot off the gas on the weekends and, mess up your sleep routine a little bit.
Right.
Speaking to myself, it's like, how do you drive a behavior change that is so largely determined by your culture, your society, your work-life balance? What are we going to do? Push back work start to 11 a.m. everywhere so everybody can sleep in and work out and cook their own food and do all these things we tell everybody to do? Or HBO, are they going to move up their primetime show to 7 p.m.? Is the Super Bowl going to be moved up to, what do you actually do about it?